Mercenary, Punisher, Kingpin, Musy, White Tiger. Did you notice all these details? Did you recognize the current MCU scenario in New York? Let's analyze each aspect of this work of art. Let's go, guys. Finally, the trailer I've been waiting for, Daredevil Reborn. This material came to confirm that Marvel is heading in the right direction. Netflix's Daredevil is back. Forget She-Hulk, forget that other guy. Daredevil will receive the tone he deserves at Marvel. In fact, the character is generally engaging. Did you see? Anyway, there's a lot in this trailer, so without further ado, come with me. Just don't forget to like and subscribe. You have to be with me. This year there will be a lot of good things. Do you think not? Okay, it's a wait for us to sign up, but sign up with the bell, because a lot of things are going to happen this year in pop culture as a whole. Come on, Matt Murdock and Kingpin. Matt Murdock and Wilson Fisk are sitting civilly, drinking coffee and exchanging greetings. It's a pleasure to meet you again. Nice to meet you here. But what is happening right now? The beginning of the trailer makes it clear that Matt, at that moment, is no longer a vigilante. He was successful in the field of law. One thing connects to the other, right? With less action as Daredevil, he was able to focus on his career, and Karen is also there, along with Foggy. It's really cool to see the three of them together. Brings good nostalgia. On the other hand, Wilson Fisk has changed a lot since Hawkeye. Now he is the mayor of New York. For those who have never heard of it, Fisk became mayor after the events of Secret Empire, when chaos took over the city. Wilson helped people with the resources he had and, as a result, gained a lot of morale. Then he applied, and as he is a dirty criminal, he also changed the results. There's no way. From the looks of it, it will take another event for the craft to take place. As there is a considerable time window, I think that some event in Captain America, Brave New World could influence Wilson Fisk's victory. The fact is that this conversation between Murdock and Fisk is true mental chess. One is trying to figure out what the other one is. Fisk didn't stop being violent. There's a scene in the trailer where a person tries to attack him with an axe, and then he appears with the same axe in his hands. The same happens with Matt, who appears several times in fights against bandits. The trailer's main scene takes place in a bank, where he confronts a hooded gang. Later, he uses the leader's hood to beat the others. The series showed that it will not give up violence. That's what we want. They did very well. I believe the struggles will surpass those of Netflix. The guys mess up with choreography, and their conversation is about violence, right? It's about accepting that side and also controlling it. Obviously, violence drove Matt away when he crossed the line. What does crossing the line mean? It's killing someone. But for Fisk, this is every day. He has an advantage in his speech, a detail that can be seen as a weakness. The fact is that, although the two hadn't faced each other for some time, they kept watching each other, waiting to know who would cross the line first. Tension is present all the time. This series will go down in history. Marvel will deliver what fans want to see. I'm feeling it. But on top of all that, there's the fact that Daredevil took a break from acting for a while. Why? Well, the answer may be in the trailer itself. Muse is a totally sinister character. He was an artist who made art with the bodies of victims, even using their blood. In the trailer, you can see a little of this. Muse appears carrying a victim on the train tracks, someone he will use to create what he calls art. An important detail is that, towards the end of the trailer, Muse appears in his hiding place with the victim lying on the table and chained. In the comics, he took victims to warehouses and sewers, leaving a trail for the police. He is a typical serial killer. In the trailer, Daredevil finds him and, just like Chad, Daredevil is furious. You can see him screaming in the trailer. There's a chance that Muse is the reason Matt crossed the line into giving up on being a Punisher. If it were a comic book, Muse wouldn't die so easily. In fact, he disappears in the first meeting with Daredevil, but as it's a series, I don't think they'll keep Muse for many seasons. I believe he can be an element for the narrative, especially as he is a villain who is a little better known to the public. So, I believe this encounter with Muse may have influenced Matt to put Daredevil aside for a while. What happens is that, in the comics, Mew's first appearance occurs before Wilson Fisk's election as mayor of New York. So between She-Hulk and Daredevil, Reborn, we have a period where Matt crossed that line, but obviously he's coming back, and he's not coming back alone. White Tiger. Everyone saw a new superhero in the trailer putting on the tiger mask. He is known as Hector Ayala. I didn't really like his costume, but you can tell he's in action. Right at the beginning of the trailer, in the subway scene, the one who is beating up a group of henchmen is Hector. And you can tell because that's Comrade Los Reyes, the actor who plays White Tiger in the series. You can see that he did very well in the action scene. It's too cool. The sad news is that, unfortunately, the actor passed away in December 2023. Daredevil seeks Frank Castle. It was no surprise that the Punisher would be in the series. We've had several leaks of him alongside Daredevil on Netflix. What stands out is that he is bearded. It looks like he's a little crazy, right? When Daredevil goes to visit him, he looks very confused. Daredevil likely went to Frank for help, not only to fight bad guys, but also to deal with having to cross the line. If Matt really killed someone, there's no one better than the Punisher to share an idea and tell him what he might be feeling. The Punisher crossed that line a long time ago. As much as he is a Punisher who does not forgive criminals, it was clear, in the 2 seasons of his series, that he is human. He has to deal with all this violence and has a psychotic side, precisely because he is facing it. Another important point is that the Punisher was one of Fisk's biggest targets. When the Kingpin becomes mayor of New York, he starts a witch hunt against vigilantes and Punishers. Punisher, Spider-Man, Daredevil. No one escapes this bald guy. On the other hand, I believe they will team up to face another villain. The mercenary is free. Yes, Bullseye should be the villain that brings Frank and Matt together. You can see in the trailer that Mercenary is back, about to get out of prison and return to active duty, this time in uniform. Bullseye ended the 3rd season of Daredevil on a stretcher, basically undergoing surgery. It has been greatly improved. I believe it is very difficult for Fisk as mayor to let Mercenary escape from jail. If before he didn't control the system and do what he wanted, imagine now. So, if Mercenary is free, there could be a partnership between him and Fisk. Guys, cool. It's going to be really cool to see Mercenary meeting Punisher. Wow, I remember the comics I read back in 2015 to 2016, Punisher vs. Mercenary. It was incredible. Every time someone asks who my favorite character is, I say it's the Punisher, and who is my favorite villain? It's the Mercenary. It sounds cliche, but I love Bullseye. Anyone who read it at that time, in 2015 to 2016, knows that the artist was Steve Dillon, who also made Preacher. For me, this encounter in the series is more expected than Daredevil himself facing the villain. This is going to be surreal to see. Daredevil will be the gateway to a lot of good things in the Marvel Universe. For me, it will open the doors to Marvel's urban universe. You know, this more serious and urban tone, there's a lot going on. Wow, how I wish the man with those faces was here with these people. But that's a topic for another video. What did you think of the series? Comment here now what you hope will happen, what you hope won't happen, what can't be done with this series. Put it down here. But look, leave the sign up button below. If you are not registered, register. If you are already subscribed, activate the bell to receive notifications. Just click below and do it now. If you do it now, you guarantee that whenever there is something new, good news, you will receive at least one notification. If you want to watch it or not, that's up to you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Guys, until next time.